Howdy, y'all. Well, we're back again with some more 32 caliber. Not really different, but I had CW especially asked me what the velocities were on these big 135 grainers that he had sent me, and a couple other people were asking, what's chrono numbers. And like I said, on that series, that was just so I could get a starting load, a safe starting load. So, what I found in Gordon's and tinkering with the books and looking, and I came up with a safe starting load. So that was the point of that series. I know it took I know it took a while to get through the series, but I didn't want to cram all of it into one and make too long a video. So, just spread it out, and because I'm only putting out a video a week on powder burners and one a week on air guns. I might throw something in during the week, but I'm trying to hold it to basically 2 videos a week. So anyway, we're gonna work with the Henry this time. That's all we're gonna use, because obviously those bullets didn't chamber in the other guns. So, but we're gonna bump it up. We're gonna see how far we can push it. Now, say there's no load data, but I got a good starting load, and we're gonna work our way up from there. We're gonna go up 2/10 at a time, and what I say, we're gonna load 12 different loads, and 3 of each, and we're gonna put them on paper at 50 yards and run them across the Chrony. If we can't get to the top load, I start seeing too much signs of pressure, we'll just stop. I do know that from people, everybody that's talked about these 327s, because like I said, I ain't really got to shoot them yet, but shooting them in these with cast bullets, it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, I know that running the jacketed bullets, like factory loads and stuff, they're showing that, man, it really flattens the primers out on them. That's 4,500 psi running pressure rating on these things, so it's gonna do some damage to that primers. So we'll keep an eye on that. Say we're gonna load these big bad boys up. And I'm gonna do this on Rumble only, so you won't see it in the on the YouTube. It's gonna be a reloading video. I ain't done one in a while. So let me get set up. I've got the Frankfurt Arsenal IntelliDropper sitting over here warming up. Let me get some powder in it, get it calibrated and all that stuff, and we'll start doing some loading. All right, we got them loaded up. We you don't know about how much I'm going to get, how far up this ladder I'm going to get. Going in, looking at my Gordon's deal, and this top load still says it's only 75% full, case capacity. But and I went in and duplicated what I had on my starting load last time, and it was a 0.1 grain, and I'm not going to tell you what the actual grain was, but so even though it was a light load, so I just went to 0.2, and then started from there, and 2/10, 2/10, and 2/10, and I got obviously quite a few of them here, 3 of each. And when I started getting up there to the higher end numbers, I was starting to look at that powder capacity. It's like, I'd measure it and go check my numbers again on Gordon's, and go out and measure it, and it's like, okay, it says it's not there yet, but it's close. Even this top load that I do have here in Gordon's is saying it's only 3,400 psi. So what I've done is I've got each one of them wrote down here on my tablet. This first one, that 0.2 grain, and it's supposed to be only 12,347 psi, and it's estimated at 1,028. So I got all these numbers down. When I'm starting chronograph, I'm going to record them and see how close I am to the Gordon's, how close Gordon's is. That way I can learn to tweak Gordon's a little bit more. And I need to figure out how to go into Gordon's and actually create a cartridge, because they don't have 327 in there. The people that have taken over Gordon's reloading tool, because the guy that's invented it or whatever is he passed away. Supposedly coming up here this next year, they're gonna start it all over again or something, and then by what I read was in 2025 there was going to be a real big deal about it. So I don't know what's going on exactly. I just read a little bit on the Discord website or Discord thing. So anyway, we're ready to go to the range. So let's see if we can get some range footage, then we'll come back in with some reports if we can. So all right, set up for 50 yards. 135 grainers, unique.
You're low. Looks like you shot right in the center of one of those squares.
946.
Did not hit the paper.
You're in the circle.
Shooting over the target.
So when we were talking about, you were asking earlier what the charging handle is. So in order to get this ready to go,
921.
All right, that was
See any of the lowers?
starting low. We'll bring you back about the middle of the way, see where our progress is. All right, we're about halfway through it. We're on we just shot the 6th step, so we're going to the 7th step. Signs of pressure yet?
We'll shoot the close one first and find out where we're at. Then,
buttons to put it in.
I got some mine on.
The rules is you can't.
Hey, I'm gonna run inside and get us.
Just kind of starting to flatten a little bit.
So,
All right, we'll bring you back here in a little bit when we get closer. We'll do the last ones. We'll be back. I'm glad I have a little cheat sheet here. I got them color coded with purple. I got it marked the same as the next step up on the grain size. So I messed up there. I'm glad I did that.
You hold the gun like you're going to shoot, and you want it to be super stable on where the bullseye is. So that whenever you get shoot, you're as most prepared as you can be. Cycle it in. We have, you see that, if you want to pick one of the small targets, you can, and then I have a few that you can zoom in a little bit. Safety, when you get comfortable and ready, go ahead and slide that off safety. Can you see what the, oh, you can't put sunglasses on.
1,313.
All right, here's the last set. It's definitely getting warm.
Not bad, dude. A little bit low, but not bad. Alright, you can shoot it again. Once you shoot one more, then I'm going to shoot the next one.
Yes, please.
Which one? Sight. Are you ready to shoot it again, or you want me to sight it in a little better?
1,332.
Here, you would check it. Turn your hand over. There you go.
All right, we'll get the targets, get all the numbers, and we'll meet back at the bench. How about that? All right, we're back from the range. And boy, we had a good time at the range compared to the last couple outages I've had. This was a good one. The only complaint is one thing, and I'll show you that here in a few minutes. But man, yeah. Shooting these 135 grainers, that was good. I liked it. Harder I pushed it, the better they worked. So, one more shot of that 135 grain Arsenal mold. I believe that's what CW said it was. Been so long ago since. Yes, Arsenal. Anyway, let's look at our primers here. Let me flip this around so that lid won't hit. Starting load, and we're working our way up. And you can obviously see it starting to flatten them out a little bit there. Next to the last load, you can see a little bit of primer coming out there around the firing pin. But overall, I mean, they look good. Henry run fine, except for I had two or three light strikes for some reason. Sometimes I think it's the hammer or the handle. I'm not getting it closed all the way, maybe, and it's dragging or something. I'm not sure. I guess I need to take the bolt out and clean the firing pin out again. All right, well, let's look at the Chrony numbers. All right, like I said, in Gordon's, I went in and made me up a load. And, you know, Gordon's doesn't have 327 minutes, so I just modified the 32 H&R, you know, changed the case length, changed the water grain capacity, you know, and a couple other things. And anyway, the lowest load showed it was supposed to be 12,347 PSI at 1,028. It was 100 off. And then the next load was supposed to be 1,065. It was, you know, what, 65, 60, 70 off. And then we got off about 70 on the next one. And then we're off about 70 there, 70, about 65, 70 there. So showing about 70 on just about everything. Here, when it started really getting up hot, it's only about 40 there. It's 60 there. And about 50 there, somewhere abouts, you know, around, just guesstimating here. About 50 there. And only about 48 there, so on the last load. But we averaged, on the hottest one, we averaged 1340. And I tell you what, this is the first time I've shot that rifle that wasn't cowboy loads. Everything else has been mild stuff, you know. I have not shot any jacketed bullets through it yet, but that's coming up. And this is the very first hot loads I've ever shot. And I want to say about halfway, a little over halfway, you could tell it woke up. I mean, you could tell I was starting to shoot something then. I mean, it was starting to get a little punch to it. So, and the hotter it got, the more that bullet liked it. So, let me grab something right quick. I'm used to using these dots here. And, you know, never even dawned on me. Pretty much everything I've shot these with was a scoped rifle, which is not a problem. But anyway, I had just bought some of these, and so I made up a target of these and a target of these, and I shot this first. Just to see it. Then when I went to start shooting this target, it's like, oh, is them targets down there? I can't see them. So we did okay with it though, but yeah, well, we definitely learned 50 yards open sights. Used a bigger one. So let's see here. And here it is right here. Now, you know, the sights on that thing, I haven't shot at a target, you know, bench rest target type thing in 2 years. Ain't done nothing but cowboy shooting with that rifle. Ain't even paid attention to the rear sights on it because I don't even use them. So anyway, I draw down on that first load, and I didn't even hit this piece of paper. I was aiming at this one, and I didn't even hit the paper. So I fired one more, and at that time I seen it hit way up here. So I'll go, okay, well, I'll aim down a little lower, and sure enough, I hit that one. That was with the lowest load we had. Let me move this back out of the way. That was with the lowest load. So load 1. So then I moved over to this target. I go, okay, now I know where to kind of aim. Well, I moved the ramp, moved it down some, and then I aimed over here, and I got these 3. So that was load 2. Okay, that's not too bad. And then I don't know, that's 3 times yesterday I told myself, go get your screwdrivers and put them in your bag, because normally I keep them in my cowboy box where I go cowboy shooting. And darn it, I forgot to get them. Luckily, the range officer, you know, they have 2 tables set up of theirs where they sight in customers' guns and shoot some of their own. And I asked him if he had a set, and he loaned me a set. So I made some adjustments. Didn't get it perfect, but I made some adjustments. And next one was right here, and I don't know where it might have went over. So that was load number 3. So then I went to load number 4. Load number 4 was one's here and one's over here. Just kind of all over the place. So next load was down here. See, I pulled 1. So load 5. And then I load 6. There's 1 missing from somewhere. I don't know where it's at. Just totally missed the paper. All right, load 7. I moved out, went back over to this target since I knew I was shooting a little low now. So that was load 7. All right, let me get the other one. All right. Now here's these little dots. Well, I was having a hard time seeing them. Load 8, load 9, load 10, 11, and 12. Obviously, you can see there was those weren't too far apart, but these last 2 loads, it really tightened up. But yeah, a lot of fun. And what did I say that average was? That average was 1340, 1307, 1276, 1232, and 1227. The only load was this third load. I had two misreads. It showed only 370 and 360, something like that. So I don't know what happened on that. The one shot was a little over 1,000. So anyway, I really want to thank CW for sending me these bullets. You know, I used them all in the 3 guns, 6 moles video series, but I didn't use these for the Henry this time. I don't want to use these round noses in the Henry. So really want to thank him for sending all these to me. I had fun with them. They're awesome bullets. And I want to say stay tuned, because I'm going to be doing one more series. I got 3 more loads already loaded up, or 3 ladder loads set up for 3 different bullets in the 327. So stay tuned for that next series, and we're going to call this a wrap. Good shooting. Thanks for watching, everybody.